Oakley dokley, we should be now live, hopefully. Let's see if my stream is working all right. It appears to be on. Let's really quickly put the audio on the stream so I can check that my voice is coming through okay. It appears to be on. Let's really quickly... Yep, everything sounds fine, so that's good. Hello everybody, it's your pal Minsk here, and we're doing what I've done now every month now this year. I don't know why, I just decided this was fun to do, is every month or so, take a look at one recently released video game that I thought was appealing to yours truly, and this time it's Esoteric Ebb. So apologies for anybody who was really looking forward to some more Super Robot Wars. I'm one of you, definitely, but yeah, I think every once in a while we gotta take a break from that, put that on the burner, play a little bit of something else, keep our noses to the ground and check for new releasing Vijima games that seem good. This time, Esoteric Ebb definitely got on my radar. This is, as a background briefing, this is very heavily inspired by Disco Elysium. I've seen, like, you know, the little clips and screen caps, and, like, I can see that we're really heavily lifting. A lot of narrative RPGs have taken from Disco, obviously, because it was such a genre-defining video game. But like this one in particular, because this has also the voices in your head, like piping in and giving you advice mechanic. That to me is a step beyond like some of the, like, you know, disco likes, if you want to call that a genre. But I happen to think disco's really cool. Elysium specifically. I think disco, the music genre, is fine too, but not exactly my speed. I think Disco Elysium's cool, so doing a fun little Dungeons & Dragons mashup, which also, by the way, this seems to heavily lift from 5th edition D&D, very interesting. I think that's a fun little thing to do, so I'm perfectly happy with this concept. What I've read online from impressions from people, most people seem to be pretty warm on it, like... I've seen some people be like, it's not as good as Disco Elysium, and that's a very tough hill to cross for sure, so I'm not particularly shocked if that's the case. I've seen very few be just straight up like, this is a ripoff of Disco, which is kind of nice. I think that's nice to see that people are, for the most part, you know, open to this thing. I'm happy to see more games like this, so yeah, no complaints again, as mentioned. And yeah, like most people are saying, like, even if it's not as good as Disco, this seems to be a very good, fun narrative RPG. So very excited to do that. So whether you guys are popping in to watch this live, or you guys are catching the VOD, I hope you enjoy the next couple of hours. Depending on how heavy the start of this game is going to be with exposition and mechanics and character building, I might go a full 3 hours today. We'll get a feel for that. The last couple of, like, doing a you know, preview, or like doing a little first glimpse at a new game, I've done 2 hours, but I know that these kind of games are very front loaded with heavy stuff in it, like gameplay and exposition wise. For example, right now I need to figure out my character build. So, like, yeah, like, this is gonna eat up a little bit of time for sure. But, you know, maybe I'll be up for a full 3 hours so we can get a little bit more of the meat of the game itself. But, yes. So, based on the classic D&D character build of, like, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, these are the 6 attributes of our character. They also happen to be more than simple attributes in this game, as mentioned, in the tradition of Disco Elysium. And I was thinking, because I've understood you can build your character however you want it based on these, but I do know our character is going to be the cleric. We are going to be a cleric, which is, I suppose we're going to be a D&D cleric. A D&D cleric is not just a religious leader. It is a person who channels magic powers from a deity, typically a deity, and it casts various divine spells, you know, usually interacts with undead in some capacity, whether to rebuke them or control them, and yeah, is kind of a religious warrior type. So I thought it'd be fun if, hold on a second, I'll need to pull it over here, just a sec, guys. Here we go. I thought it'd be fun if I simply looked at how you're recommended to build a cleric in actual Dungeons & Dragons. So I pulled up my... Hold on, let me just... There, you can hear the Foley work. I got a book here. It is, in fact, the Player's Handbook for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the original edition from, like, 2015 or something, because they got that rule update recently that has now been labeled 5.5. I still have the old one here. So I always thought I would build our character simply based on what the recommendation for a cleric is, stat-wise, and go from there. Because I'm not very creative like that, I guess. Let's see. So, the quick build for the cleric on page 57 of the Player's Handbook says, you can make a cleric quickly by following these suggestions. First, Wisdom should be your biggest ability score, followed by Strength or Constitution. Second, choose the Acolyte background. Well, let's take a look at these backgrounds, too. Maybe there's something that kind of matches an Acolyte. I'm not too worried about backgrounds if I'm making a character for D&D, the board game, the tabletop game. Like, that's just a recommendation for a quick, like, good theme. But I think the backgrounds is where you can really mess around and make creative characters. So, but, like, you know, gameplay-wise, you want to put the points into those ones, yes? Into those stats, and you're kind of an effective, gameplay-wise, effective cleric if you put into Wisdom or as your number 1, Strength and Constitution as your number 2s. Now, let's review these all, though. I guess we can... Oh, we got so many points to spend. Hold on. I see. We got that many points we can put in these, too. All right. I feel ya. So let's take a quick look. Like I said, we're going to have a bit of a slow burn opening here as we review these. Let's go through the 6 stats, see what they say about them. Strength. Every shepherd knows the song. It billows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your cause. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. That actually sounds kind of nice. Maybe I should put points in strength, yeah? Become a zealot, regain your honor, set on your divine mission. The cleric's unique take on strength. Alright, that sounds a little, okay, maybe I'm gonna take a... This sounded good, this sounds a little... Uses. Higher strength, extra items, be violent and or manly, useful in encounters. Religious fervor and aesthetic nationalism, increased manhood. Yeah, these are all a little bit like... Role. A high-strength cleric votes for the party of Norvik, prays to his dead god, uses brute force on puzzles, punches big bad evil guys in the face, wants to become a real human hero, loves quests, simple as. Oh god, okay. A low-strength cleric is a weak, sniveling rat, bows down to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when the going gets tough, is afraid of women, doesn't care about quests. Alrighty. Sounds, delightful. Let's take a look at dexterity, then. It is imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Belief in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Meriadoc Moonwatch, Sights Beyond Reads. Fascinating. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. And, of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you. To grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good. To progress towards a new future, full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. Fascinating. Okay. With dexterity, you can steal anything, pick locks, sneak, dodge traps, roll initiative, react quickly as a dashing rogue, become rich as a Republican revolutionary. Just run away, dummy. Okay, so the slippery cleric. A high dexterity cleric votes for the revolutionary freestriders. collects piles of shiny coins, acts first in every encounter, avoids trouble before it brews, always has a witty repartee, looks out for himself, takes big risks, and wins every time. A low dexterity cleric takes big risks and fails every time, doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over his own feet, drops the ball, figuratively and literally, is slow, mentally and physically, is dirt poor, very embarrassing. Ugh. Weird vibes these ones go with, but that's part of the charm, huh? Constitution. Oh, that's fun. Is that like your gut? Yeah. That's very wacky. That looks like it's like some kind of persona monster. Always listen to your hungry stomach. The Hedonists, a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So, listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced back to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Aha! Interesting vibes. I kind of liking the Constitution vibes. A little bit like Strength, but less strange takes there. Constitution is needed for hit points. Control your body and its esoteric connection. Your political party rolled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. A high Constitution cleric keeps forgetting there's an election, focuses on the good things in life, is tougher than entropy, keeps his neuroticism in check, talks with the spirits in the walls, listens to his gut. Mo shinderu. Interesting. Wow, this is fascinating. Is already dead versus will die. Wow. A low Constitution cleric will die, panics over everything, listens to his gut, and is wrong, has no control of his bodily functions, can't handle the pain, has no special connection with walls. Oh, talks to the spirits. Okay, Fascinating. And let's go over to Intelligence, Big Brain. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead. Through merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Filius Prax, Autobiography Prax. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple. Pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world. So too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past. Therefore, it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Wow, okay. This sounds more like charisma, honestly, but sure. Just really quickly, just all these like big sentences at the end. It's like summaries of what you are doing in this role. It's, I don't know. Yeah, some stuff, eh? Let's continue. Let's see. Uses for intelligence. Prepare more spells. Interesting. That's not how it works in actual Dungeons and Dragons, at least 5th edition, because it is wisdom that affects, and no extra spells regardless for clerics. But sure, it's a given for a video game to adapt. Think, plan, and execute an actual plan. Complete the magocratic return. Vote for yourself. Ooh, that's cocky. Be a genius without peers. A high intelligence cleric votes for the best wizard, you. Despises and envies the gods. Solves every mystery with ease. Masters arcane magic. Spouts historical facts for hours. Is dismissive towards those lesser. Knows everything. Oof. A low intelligence cleric knows nothing. Is both ignorant and confident. Oh no. I like that both of these are kind of like, oh dear. Makes up tidbits to seem smart. Is barely sentient. Cannot intentionally solve mysteries. Is an idiot. Duh. By the way, a 10 is like human average in Dungeons and Dragons, so maybe we can try to get some of these up to 10. I don't know. Alright, that's good to know. Then wisdom. Interesting. Is that the heart, which is a biblically accurate heart? Fascinating that wisdom is the heart, not like this is your kind of your powers of perception. It could have just been your eyes, which, okay, you got me, but still fascinating. The large crumble upon their heavy forms. The mystical falter at the crucial point. The small rise to the occasion. Half-Weed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you, to feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an emphatic bond with her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people, for good or bad, and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk. To give and share what you have and be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. Seems like the very cliché cleric thing, which is appropriate. Again, as we read, wisdom is the appropriate stat to max out for a cleric. So, yeah. Higher wisdom lets you empower your spells, be kind and see the good in all folk. Egalitarian hope for the Asgalian working class. There are no big bad evil guys. Okie dokie. There's always this weird goblin thing here at the bottom. Is it related to the spoilers actual goblin we're going to be hanging out with? Or just like, is this a devil on your shoulder? What's the... Oh, that's awkward. That's a surprising little... I don't think that looks... Or is that on purpose? Because it looks very silly, this line here. This, like, rambling line. I don't know. But, whatever. A high wisdom cleric votes for the Asgalian Workers' Party, hates nothing except hierarchies, embraces his feminine side, follows his bleeding heart, masters primal magic, reads body language like a champ, notices all details. A low wisdom cleric is an oblivious fool, misreads cues all the time, does not think about the lower class, does not get people, fails at spotting traps, is not aware of where he is, like, what's going on here? I'm so confused. There's this... Okay, whatever. Finally, charisma is just a face. Okay, that's interesting. That's a really, spooky looking. With the hands coming through there, too. Wow. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is, frankly, inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality. But they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will. Like a chameleon, become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Oof, okay. With high charisma, you get an automatic discount in select stores near you. Oh, that's fun. Win every conversation, say the right thing. Hell yeah. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. That is very charisma, isn't it? Be arguably sociopathic. Oh dear. A high charisma cleric votes for whatever makes him popular, was socialized as a child, knows what to say to win favors, can actually flirt with some baddies, loves to mind control people, sees truth as a suggestion, has no soul. A low charisma cleric isn't very likable, doesn't know how to act with people, fumbles the baddies, fears conversations, is like the opposite of a skilled orator, has no style. Alrighty. Well, those all sound... Most of these low choices all sound like me. Like real-life me. I don't know about this, you guys. Oh, dear. Anyway, let's go to the backgrounds. Can we actually get some text for those? Yes, we can. Punching bag. You're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course you'd be an outcast. It took time, but eventually you figured out how to cope with it. Alright, so let's look for something that sounds like an acolyte. Troll killer. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it motivated you. Sometimes it felt impossible to live up to. This only boosts your strength by +9. Wow. Alrighty. Kiosk Kid. Your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. Alright. News in Norvik. Pest Control Guild mimic mishap. Apartment complex in shambles. Didn't look like normal furniture. Oh, that's the meme, like, pointing at it thing. That's very funny, at a mimic. Oh, that's cute. Lore enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up at the Narowian library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. Alright. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up on the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them, the boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. Wow. Asgalist activist. Your friend soon introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos, and worse, dwarf propaganda. Local rally stopped by fascist landlord. The manifesto, what we learned from the hedonists. Alrighty. Urthgard recruit. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training, drilled on the city code and virtues. But you survived. One friend. You really ever only prayed for that one thing during those lonely years. But the gods did not answer. So you learned to manage, as always. Kind of feeling that one, honestly. Just like wisdom gets a bonus to wisdom. Just, I don't know, that sounds like a sad acolyte somewhere, you know. Oh, but there's just one called acolyte. Whoopsie daisy. Your knack for scribing got you a promotion to the clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion to your divine city. I think we gotta go with that one, guys. There just straight up is one titled acolyte in here, so, yeah. Tower apprentice. Joining the towers is an honor bestowed upon few. It is also a terrible challenge even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? Arcane prodigy. For the first time in your life, you were a natural. You've always known a few cantrips, but real magic was something else. It was power. Is there going to be, like, +2/+1 every possible permutation, these backgrounds? In which case, I might have to put a button to this. Can't go through all of these in that case. But, like, we'll see. Palace Pawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself midst the politicking of superiors, despite your best efforts. Never ended well for you. They really do go on, wow. Faithful Harbinger. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading. You are isolated among your peers. Esoteric expert. You spent most nights seeking esoterical insight. A lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge, yet you did not stop. Never. Revolutionary scribe. Disillusionment. A city with ideals not upheld. One day, you chose a side. The emerging democracy. You wrote day and night. For change and glory. Abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it. But it's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. Wow, that's really sad. Oh dear. Big boost to Constitution, obviously. Yeah. Dead cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earth Guard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? That's really dark. I think that's like the River of Souls, maybe? Wow. Hey, we're back to the beginning. Punching bags. Okay, we did go through all. Never mind. There weren't that many. I don't think there's every possible combination of +2/+1 here, so I think we're good. So we'll take Acolyte and, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20. 27 points, I think, so let's just up everything by couple here. Put 12 points in, so 24 we can still do here. Let's up everything by one more. There we go. Still got 9 points, and we got proficiencies to put in these. So, 9 points, huh? All right. Let's do that. Put that in Constitution. Give that a proficiency. And put that there. So, this is a really kind of boring... Yeah, hold on. Let's put that there. Oh, we got 2 points left. Okay, so 13, 11. There we go. This is kind of a boring stat-wise. This is a kind of jack-of-everything guy. Honestly, like, it's not the most interesting. If you were playing D&D, this would be kind of boring. We could actually maybe reduce something. Let's do that, and up those. We get a +4 on something now with that there, so that's nice. But now our intelligence is down by 8, so yeah. Maybe not. Let's be a clumsy cleric, actually. Let's back that up. Hold on now. I think dexterity is like not a super important thing for a cleric in the regular game, so let's do that instead. Let's drop intelligence by 1. Let's put it in charisma for funsies. Maybe we'll get some boosts later there. I don't know. Just to make this a little bit less boring, this like stat spread that I built here. Maybe there. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. I'm feeling this one. I think it's gonna have to be this one, guys. A wise and constitution-y guy, but also a bit of buff from the acolyte work. So, there we go. That took about half an hour. Good. I was afraid to take a whole hour to build a character, so I'm glad we got that. So, the next question is how much, again, 5 days until the first ever election. Oh, that's exciting. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. A slow cleric, lost in the hustle. One with incredibly deep esoteric insight. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. And remember to love everyone no matter what. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time. Chris. And only 8 decks. Don't try to steal anything, okay? Oh, that's really fun. I love that they like gave you little, they personalized that opening for the stat growth there. Do we already have Speak with Dead, a 3rd level necromancy spell? My god. And this is this looks like it's just ripped from the pages of the player's handbook for D&D, because it's got the same format for the components and everything. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how much esoteric, how much exposition there's going to be at the start, so it might still be a bit of a slow start, even though we got the character building done there. So we'll see how this all gets cooking. Oh, I needed to click on that. Okay. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Ragn. Your name is Ron? Maybe Ron. Your name is Ron. I guess I'll listen to my DC-8's intelligence worked out. I don't know. Ron. Correct. You answer. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? You are dead. Dead? How can you be dead? You're thinking, aren't you? Dead does not mean gone. What are you, a fucking poet? That's okay. Interesting. So Constitution and Dexterity both got like a little blip there. Alright, alright. I don't want to be dead. Few do. If you can embrace it, do so. Okay, look around. Your senses reach out into the void, a glimmer dangling far, far away. I did it because my wisdom's pretty high, so that's good, but didn't really help. What's an occupation in this context? Work. Getting paid for labor. Didn't you have a job? Something really important. Oh, I failed that one. Ugh. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. It's only a very low one for that one. Class? What class am I? Lower class. You are a city cleric. Nothing more. Oh no, here's a sad one. I'm awful at everything. Brutal, but true. Takes a while before the next question is posed. I don't know, I think that should be more brutal, but true. Maybe a little more foppish, the charisma voice, right? What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. The Goblin Chieftain. He needs you. Or she needs you. Sorry. Interesting, by the way, that strength is yet to pipe up at all, even though I got pretty good stats in strength. That's curious. Why all these questions? No clue, but you should keep him talking. Oh. It's been silent here for far too long. The tea shop exploded. Unfortunately, yes. Oh dear. All these are choices. I don't know. I don't hate tea shops. That's not good. I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is... to find the Goblin Chieftain? Is that right? You know it to be true. No reply, no feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? Oh boy. The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. Well, it is the heaviest question they've launched so far. Oh, okay, here we go. Comes in strength. The National Party of Norvik, of course! If you care for your fellow, vote for the Asgalists. The Free Striders, maybe. Then again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move too fast these days. Elections are exhausting. Oh, this is a choice. This was the real one. Well, this is what Wisdom did say. The Asgalists. Uh-oh, what's all this now? You got something that had consequences. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You have supported them in the past. Time to do so again. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Following your convictions. Drowning in the river. Okay, one of these guys is more poetic and one of these gets to the point, huh? Same way you lived. Unable to step out of the uniform. Not for 1 second. Oh, wow. Both of these are really cryptic. I like this one because he is bolded. I died when he died. A game by Christopher Budegård. Oh no! That was a short game. I make that joke every time your character seemingly dies at the start of a game. I'm sorry. Alright, wow. Nice. This actually does have nice trippy sound so far. I'm enjoying the synthiness. Oh. Dang it, that's probably going to be really important. Now it's gone. Well, I gotta say, I didn't think this game looked all that crazy in the images. Like, visually, it looked fine, but not, like, mind-blowing. But these visuals are something... Wow! Okay. And that's even got the kind of D&D font there. Oh boy, laying it in thick. Yeah, that actually looked really great, that opening. Big points for that. Ew. That was a big shrimp. Actually, in-game, this also looks pretty fine. I'm actually enjoying this look, too. It, much like Mio, Memories in Orbit, this really has, like, a French bande dessinée comic look to it. Like, they've done a real good job with that side of things. Huh. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 PE. Oh, that's so cool! The words are still in your head as you come to. That's really fun. A fresh start. I'm at half health. That's not good. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you've slept for days. Ready for your glorious quest to continue. Oh, cool. You can make little checks in the middle. Quest. A task performed by a heroic individual and or professional adventurer. I see. Okay, you can make little additional checks in the middle. That's kind of fun. Look around you. A circular stone chamber. A storage for apples and corpses. A house of the dead. Your home. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress and one of 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of River Torna, home of Jaws Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and Waterlane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. Oh, this is kind of fun. So a lot of games that are like very like exposition and story heavy. I've seen this like nowadays you have like little like glossary hyperlinks in the text. And this is that, but they've added this like little mechanic of you might actually screw up and not get that information. That's a fun innovation. Boy, we're not like 5 minutes into the like actual gameplay, and I'm already finding like actual innovation in this game that I was sort of kind of like expecting to be very, very derivative. So big points. Wow. Let's learn about the River Torna. River Torna, the second longest documented river along the coast, splitting the band of Ascani in half. What's this band? Hey, we keep succeeding. Yeah, this must be common knowledge. This is why we're doing it. Band. An esoteric divide splits the circular coast of Jor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has unique esoteric and natural traits, and stretches from the coast to the infinite wastes. I need the actual world map. This sounds very crazy. What? And what is esotericism? Esoteric, the magic of Jor and his strings. The coast is infused with it. Now, Jor was the title of who was talking to us with those questions. So, what is Jor? It seems to be a coast. It's a geographic feature, but it's also him. So it's some kind of figure. Jor, the name of our realm. Also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate era. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, that is egotistical wizard stuff to name a place after yourself. Yeah. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster. Typically plays jaw strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. This is going on over a while. This is crazy how long this string of, like, extra lore is going. When is it gonna break? Arcane, one of the three pillars of magic. It is represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jor's strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of the existence around with their whims. Ah, okay, it broke. Never mind. I was getting shocked by how long this went. Jaw strings, the ley lines of esoteric power that holds the realm together. Yeah, that's about it. Let's check my stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. Oh no, our first failure. This needed really tough constitution. No spellbook. No, that's the wrong voice again, sorry. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. It's interesting that charisma, like, again, these are, like Disco, these 6 stats are, like, now, like, personalities in your head. So it's interesting that charisma is the one who, like, pieces together this, instead of, like, some kind of, like, wisdom or intelligence putting it together. But, like, these guys are now doing mental work as well, these other stats, including the 3 physical ones. So, very interesting. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Oh no, I'm such a sissy, although this one's really hard to beat. DC 18. Oh, for non-D&D, like, familiars, this means dice check. You want to roll higher than this number on a dice. It's going to be 20-sided, and you're going to add a bunch of bonuses depending on, like, how good you are in that attribute. And 18 is really high, so that's really hard to beat. I would have had to put, like, all my points into Constitution, I think, to overcome that one. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. Wait, what's this about a quest? Oh yes, a quest! That gave us a hit point for some reason? You're on a quest to save the city. Earth be blessed. DC 1 success. This is the most simple of basic knowledge. Earth, your god. I have never seen a DC 1 like check in any like actual like published adventure, because it's just, you basically need to roll just a 1 on the dice to fail that, and you need to have minuses, because very often some checks a 1 is an automatic failure, but like skill checks usually you can succeed if even if you roll a 1, if it somehow adds up to good enough. But like, that's crazy. Wow. If I'm remembering correctly. If someone remembers D&D rules better than me, feel free to rules lawyer me in the chat, but that's how I remember it. Do I remember everything? Yes. Everything is off, but your memory is intact. Your quest was given yesterday. Remember, the tea shop. Interesting. So they're also subverting the, like, Disco thing of, like, amnesia, I guess. We'll see. If everything's murky, then we'll see how well we remember. But yeah, it's a really easy way to, like, have like a blank slate opening to a game like this. So I understand why a lot of things go for the amnesia opening, but kind of cool that they're kind of like subverting that a little bit here. The tea shop. Yep, the tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. To solve the... what? A chance for redemption. By the way, if I haven't mentioned, this Disco kind of popularized this. A lot of narrative games do this, where the dialogue is this like rolling thing on the right. This font looks exactly like Disco. It's orange instead of red, but like it otherwise, like this is super derivative. And again, I don't think that's a problem. This genre of games has embraced it, and people the fans of this really love this. So, like, what are you gonna do? It's fine. So, yeah, let's go. Redemption? Wait, what did I do? Insubordination. Inconstancy. Light apostasy. The words live inside your bone marrow. Hey, our first experience. Well, that's good. For pondering our reason for redemption. Okay, sure. Introspection never hurts. Hey, that's another in. Just a job. Ah, so I've done this before. Oh, we've got experience for that too. Okay. You haven't really. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earth Guard militia service, as well as a few years at the towers.
Earthguard, the heroes of Norvik, keepers of city law, defenders of humanity, your brothers.
And Norvik is?
Norvik, your home city, founded by your god towards the end of the Coast War. It is built upon several layers of ancient ruins.
What's the Coast War? We still succeeded.
Coast War, the Great War, a conflict between the Arcanists of Reeds, as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast. A horrible waste of human lives, which claimed millions of lives.
That's an awkward line. I would have rewritten that, unless strength is supposed to sound a bit clumsy, but like saying lives twice,
There was no honor in this fighting, that you know.
Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you read a lot about these types of fiery events. They are not too common these days. However, this incident does not appear overly complex.
Quest, I like those. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any.
We're doing so much XP just from, like, pondering our place in the world. Very good, very good.
Wait, how much time do I have?
Until the election, duh. Which is in 5 days.
The Patriarch was very clear. Handle the tea shop before election day.
So it's also doing the disco thing of having kind of a time limit. We'll see how time passes in this game. I have not been paying attention to that clock. I don't know how fast it's running. Oh shit, did it just move? Oh shit, oh god. Did it move? I don't know. What's the Patriarch? Let's spend more time pondering in our brain. Patriarch. A top clerical rank in Norvik. Different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a section of clerics each at the towers. And what is a cleric? Cleric, a servant of a god, deeply devoted and spiritually connected. Typically, a divine spellcaster given power through their deity. What's divine? Let's pretend I'm really dumb, you guys. Divine, one of the 3 pillars of magic. It is represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls, and is granted by gods who once walked among us.
You must honor this request and complete this quest.
Okay, now it seems a little on purpose, because that's also a bit of an awkward line, but sure. Time only advances when you make new choices in dialogues. Oh, well, I'm glad they actually told that, so this thing only ticks no matter how many I click these. Alright, that's good. I think that's how it worked in Disco, too. Like, just standing around didn't make time pass, I think. But, like, clicking through, like, things like these did. Like, forwarding things in, encounters did. So, yeah. That's cool. I can live with that. Although it's going to make me a little bit sweaty. I don't know. I managed to play through one Atelier game. I can deal with a global time counter thing, maybe. We'll see.
So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop.
More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it. So, no stress. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path from which there is no way back. Ooh, that sounds ominous.
Can I think about this first?
Time is limited.
It's just a lot to...
You feel dizzy. Oh, God! My hesitation was enough to knock out 2 of my hit points. Good lord. The weight of the Earthguard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotting. Oh, You must consume an apple. Now! If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Well, there you go.
I'm so very confused.
One step at a time. Get going. We need to eat an apple, apparently. Ooh. Is there like a... Hold on. Really quickly, everybody. Why are you guys there? Is it the background I picked? I don't know. Oh, what the heck is this? Oh, this is fun. What is this? Like little... When I play Ebb... What country is Christopher Budegard from? It sounds very Nordic. I'm gonna make my annoying Nordic voice here, which probably is not what Mr. Budegard sounds like. When I play Ebb, I use a text size 24. But I suggest picking whatever is most comfortable for you. Which font should I choose? Various serif is the recommended font. You can cycle through the fonts in-game by pressing N or M on the keyboard, or by pressing the left-right stick on a gamepad. Wow. Dedicated font cycle buttons? That's funny. No, what I was looking for is... There's no key bindings here. Really? Okay. Is that right? There's no key binding thingy? Really? I can't change the key bindings. Is that correct? Am I looking at this wrong? Or what? Because I was thinking, is there like a button to like highlight all the items? Oh, there is. Okay, I found it. It's tab. I'm glad I checked the buttons it usually is. So it's tab. Very good. Well, let's look at this stuff here real quickly before we head further in. Let's look at our questing tree. The tea shop that blew up. Your purpose on Toolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop. Locate this establishment and gain entry. Is this every possible quest in the game? It's kind of wacky that they show them all here like this. Alright. Election week. The first ever election in Norwegian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? We've talked about positive opinions on Asgalism about one single time ever since waking up in the Lich House. Really brings you back. Got one little blip for Asgalist. There's... Oh, what do you know? There's 6 choices. I guess where our 6 emotions and stats and whatever it is. Inventory. All we have is the helm. Practically your face. Do not take it off. Ah. Got empty feet slots. Oh, interesting. So these must be like the Mind Palace things a little bit in Disco Elysium, I guess. Except in this case, they're D&D feats. Fascinating. Oh, we're just a level 1 cleric. That's... okay. We'll get to work then, huh? Gonna hit level 20 by the end of this? No, because they said like it's a like what the dungeon master at the start of the game listed like what it was gonna be, like the list, you know. What's all this now? This is unlocked information. I see. This is all the like hot things we've unlocked to explain the world. Okay. That's cool. You can review your learned knowledge here. That's very fun. I really like that. Geography. Okay. There's a lot to go through. Wow. Religion. Oh, you can also sort them according to your stat that relates to them. Very good. That's fun. Or are these only... Are some of these only... No, I'm pretty sure some of these... I don't know. Whatever. I think some of those were vetoed. There, whatever. Here's my spell book. Oh, I got Cure Wounds. Hey, nice. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your Wisdom ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Holy shit! Hold on, guys. I gotta, because this is now twisting me how much this looks. Where did I put it? I just had the. There it is. Sorry, guys. Just a second. I have to consult the player's handbook again. Because this looks so close to... Like, 1d8 plus your wisdom ability is exactly how it works in at least the 5.0 Dungeons and Dragons. So, what is it currently? Let's see. Cure Wounds. First level... So I'm reading from the player's handbook. Hold on, here's some Foley work again. You can hear I got a book in my hands. Let's read from the book. First level Livocation, casting time 1 action, range touch, components verbal somatic, that's V and S, duration instantaneous. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. So that text is exactly the same. There's a couple different here. The category Divine is new, and it being bonus instead of regular action is new. That said, that might be from the 5.5 rules, in case this game is using those instead. So that might explain that difference, or it might be a balanced thing to make it a video game. There's also supposed to be a second text here about, like, at higher levels. I'm assuming that will pop up later. Once, That'll pop up maybe later there, like it'll just automatically update as we level up, rather than having like a text of like goes up depending on whatever your level is. Or whatever, we'll see. Okay then. Oh, nice. There's a little marker there to indicate. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can also find things to interact with just by wandering around. Very good, very good. But I like his hitting this, well, that's probably, you guys at home probably don't like when I do this, but I like hitting the hotkey button, just check for those, Yeah, so we got to review these, and let's have a quick look around. Let's have an apple, and then we'll maybe have the first break of our stream today. Let's take a look at what this is. Behold, engage, trifle. Wow, this is very old school adventure game, like 90s, 80s adventure game by having the like choices here. I'm getting like Broken Sword energy. That's fun. It's a corpse under a blanket. You stare at a blue rag. It's draped over the outline of a someone. These are great choices.
Sir, you can't sleep down here.
No response.
Sir, please don't ignore me.
No breathing. No movements. Nothing.
Oh. Oh, he's dead. No shit.
Actually check under the rag. Hey, that's an experience. Underneath, you find the cold corpse of a human.
Human, tall and beautiful like yourself. Known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits.
That's a charming way to describe a human, but I'll take it. Thinning blonde hair. Unkempt facial hair. The DC, or difficulty class, of a dice choice is determined by how challenging that roll will be for you. If you select a dice choice, you then roll a 20-sided die. If you get the same or higher as the DC, then you succeed on that roll. So we can make an intelligence check that's DC 10. We have a -1 to that. Is that correct? Because is my brains that bad? Let's roll it. Let's see how we get. A 2. A 1. There's something strange here. We must look closer. Lean in and look closer. Harsh scars cover the skin. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Make sure to check the back as well. The moment you touch it, black veins appear over its skin. A feeling of impending doom comes over you. Your stomach drops. Doom. The lair of a lich. That's weird. Followed by a wave of pain. We are about to die. But we barely come back with 1 hit point. Wow, okay. Necrotic energies. Let go of the damn corpse! The moment you let go, the pain subsides. The dark marks on its skin disappear as quickly as they showed up. What a horrific spell. This corpse is cursed by someone wicked beyond your powers. You slowly cover up the corpse once more. Let's not speak of this. You need to look deeper into this. My goodness, this got dark. Can I cast a spell?
3 first-level spell slots. I'm ready for anything.
I can't cast a spell here in the middle. Oh dear. I would have really appreciated healing up right now. I barely managed to somehow pull a win there with the, like, death saving throws, which is a D&D mechanic. I can't get into it right now, do much explaining, but we managed to barely get a win there.
What the hell kind of magic is cast on this thing?
Something horrific, truly evil.
Whatever it is, do not touch it again! It's okay to loot him, right?
Yeah? As long as he doesn't wake up or anything?
If you can suffer the loss of moral integrity.
Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? It would be dishonorable! Only take that which you need for your quest!
Alright guys, I'll figure it out. I don't even see anything here anyway.
Who was this guy?
His hands are calloused. He's built like a sarcophagus.
Just a man. A dead man.
An honorable dead man. Why is he here?
This is a morgue. A lich house. Clearly.
Corpses are kept on cooling in places like this before cremation or burials.
I should stop bothering the corpse now.
Well, that hurt. I'm gonna walk over here. That seems also a bit of an obtuse disco reference, but the way you can kill yourself trying to reach for your necktie at the very beginning felt like it was all about that as well. An apple. Looks better than the ones in the pile. Let's take it. I could really use an apple after that. Garden apple. An apple grows on toolstud. The colors ripple across the surface. Consuming it will save your soul. Alright, I feel much better now. No way I'll be hit for more damage. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I would really like to cast a healing spell on myself after that beat down, but like... I don't know if I can cast that on myself. I can't tell. It's annoying. You can totally cast that on yourself, but I can't seem to trigger it, so... Alright. We'll just have to survive with apples, then. This is yours, isn't it? I'm gonna trifle with it. I love these weird words. That reminds me of, like, MS Paint adventures with the, like, really weird word prompts. Trifle. Oh, sick! We get a cool cloak immediately. +1 dex, -1 charisma. Oh, dear. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It is light blue and tattered. And it was once yours.
An Earthguard cloak add-on! It has been ripped to shreds at the base, but you could still use it! Please don't. This thing is disgusting.
Weigh it in your hands. It is heavy. Let's wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. Oh, we did take a dip, didn't we? We did kind of drown, maybe. It is still quite wet.
Should I wear this? No?
What? What's this rogue thing?
I mean, I am a rogue, so... yeah, let's wear it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding.
The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying...
Oh, interesting. We actually have a pouch of holding. Very good. It's bigger on the inside than the outside. I guess to facilitate us carrying around a lot of stuff.
I really love my pouch of holding.
Yes, you are very lucky. These are like 1,000,000 crowns on the market.
Crowns? The Norwegian crown, the main coinage in Norway.
This kind of magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns.
Well, its dexterity was an order of magnitude wrong with that failure, but oh, good.
Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. It is property of the state. Treat it as such.
Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores.
Right.
Shall we equip the tattered cloak? The ends are torn. It's a stretch to even call it a cloak. Please don't put it on. Oh, by the way, it reduces your charisma. That's why charisma was like, fuck no, don't put that on. How do we equip it? Okay, these are all clothes slots. Poor charisma just took a hit, but dexterity took a bonus. Now they're even on shittiness. But like, it's very moldy. Never mind. I was like, I look so edgy with this thing on, but actually I do look like a piece of crap. Let's see if we can get a better cloak as we adventure. Oh, let's check this pot. A vase of leaves. Smells lovely. Must be for treating the dead. Ooh, incense. Interesting. What's this do? Incense. Easily burns spices and herbs. Can be used to recover first level spell slots. So this would be a game breaker in actual tabletop D&D. But sure, for a video game where you have to be able to cast spells a lot in the day, why not? I'll let it slide. A divine shrine covered in apples.
Engage.
The runes fill your senses as you approach.
The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. A sacred shrine left in this state? It's an insult to Earth and all of its people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. This city is lost, but it is not yet lost.
Let's remove the apples.
Does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart.
Which, you're not the heart, you're my muscles, but sure.
These old things are still around, huh?
A remnant of blindness and decay.
Are these rare?
No. You will find shrines like this all over Norvik.
Can I pray here?
To what exactly?
To Earth, of course!
There are many gods listening to our prayers. Always. Just remember that they might not respond so clearly. Earth sounds fine. I wish I could check my notebook really quickly to remind myself of what Earth was.
Earth! I need to pray to Earth! I need to pray to Earth.
You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element to it that is underappreciated. Let's kneel. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends one spell slot of the corresponding level. Interesting. Let's pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. Take a deep breath and begin your prayer.
And tranquility.
This is interesting. Is this like a helping you figure out what to do in the game? I don't know.
You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of a day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That's it. The first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. and those around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way.
Oh, ask those, whoopsie daisy. Contemplate your class.
Identity is not easy. It's everything, from faction to home life to street. What you choose might be a first step. Choose wisely. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always.
That was a nice prayer. You do so.
What other gods are there?
Many. Oh, that's the wrong voice.
Many. You know a few. Earth, father of Norvik. You've devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Asgal Ashmask.
Asgal Ashmask was a dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. Asgal Ashmask, a dwarf of a low caste born deep in the Lekumuraz tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgal Folkheim Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface. But his influence was felt all around the Undercoast and above, as his exiled dwarves spread Asgalism to all corners of Jor. Poor guy, that's not great.
Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast.
Undersea coast, the gravity-reversed cavern, sea, and archipelago, right underneath the coast. Dig down far enough, and you'll end up passing through the gravity flip, and then you can make the climb to the Undercoast. Wow, just like that docudrama, Godzilla vs. Kong. That's beautiful. His followers do not pray to him, for he is not even seen as a god by most.
A weakling who sacrificed his people for an unattainable foolish dream. Though there are parts of his tale you cannot deny are quite romantic. A lone man, rising against impossible odds. No wonder his followers still rampage across Ascani.
Ascan, one of 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to as Ascani. Alright, but who's Tokig the Gambler?
A trickster. The type of god only famous for his ridiculous plays.
Tokig the Gambler is often seen as a silly goblin myth. Tokig the Gambler, a trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascani during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy. In truth, there are few goblins who still worship him after the conquest. Praying to Tokig would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. That's delightful. So you can play opposite day with that guy.
I'm done.
So you are. Let's prepare some spells. I see, that's why I couldn't heal myself earlier. Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines, which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding spell available. Spell slots. To the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each circle represents one slot, which you may expend to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations and dialogues, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. So, let's prepare. Is that how I prepare it? Yep, alright, there we go. We now have a spell prepared. Very good. Oh, I still wanted to do stuff here.
Wait, I can't heal here? Through divine assurance or something?
Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries.
Of course you can heal here, but only if you pray hard enough.
Aha. You can attempt a prayer of healing. I'm exhausted, but... Oh, because I must have recovered. That my recovery must have given me a point of exhaustion. That's not good. But I did remove the apples, so let's see if we can do it. I'm pretty good at wisdom. We did it! You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye, and you remember the words.
Watch upon me, Earth, shepherd of his folk.
You're filled with a spirit of nostalgia and power.
Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength.
You feel reinvigorated. This is it. This is...
Prayer of healing.
Yes, indeed. Got an item, wow! Sadly, you are unable to cast second-level spells at this time. But it won't be long until you will be. Wow! What's Prayer of Healing? That's from a spell book? Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range each gain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. Oh, let me reach for that book again. God, why do I keep throwing it so far away? Sorry. Is this an actual book? Sorry. Is this an actual spell in the spell book? In which case, why the hell have I never... I've never played a cleric in 5th edition D&D. That's why I've never equipped this spell. Let's see. I'm now at P in the book. There is a spell called Prayer of Healing. And it's pretty much the spell. Oh, it takes 10 minutes. Oh, I see. That's a problem. I see. That's very good. So it's 10 minutes. So that's for out of combat. Basically, use that spell. Alrighty. Well, hey, that's great. We managed to actually heal ourselves by praying, so I don't need to expend a spell slot to heal myself.
I don't need healing.
What I do need is a break. I noticed we've been doing 1 hour and 15 minutes, so I went longer than the hour I planned because I got cooked up in all this stuff, which is great, you know? So next time, we're going to take a midstream break and go at least for an hour, and who knows, if I'm feeling up to it, a little bit longer to vibe with this. So please take like 5 minutes, everybody, to stand up and take a bio break and use the... That's the same as a bio break, never mind. Get something to drink, refill your drinks, remember to hydrate. I'm going to hydrate right now with an annoying noise. Oh, that's annoying. Remember to, fill up on your drinks, get something snacks. Please come back in 5 minutes or thereaboutish, and we'll see what hijinks our cleric can still get to today. Okay, guys? Groovy. Catch you in a bit. Okie dokie, I'm back, everybody. So, back in the action. Hope you guys are excited for next step of this. Before I jump into continuing the game here, I wanted to talk a little bit about the sitch with the Dungeons & Dragons rules, as I have been, consulting the rule book here and marveling at how, this really is just translating the actual Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules here, at least in terms of the spells and a lot of the dialogue and lingo. Like, if you've played Baldur's Gate 3, this probably feels natural to you in really weird ways. Like, that same kind of mechanic kind of recontextualized in this adventure game format, I used to think that this wasn't possible with the OGL license that the rules had been licensed with since 3rd edition 25 years ago, because I thought there was a caveat there that the OGL rule allowed you to publish your own works using the same game mechanic system, but there was a caveat that you couldn't use it in other properties. I thought making video games with that rule set was not allowed by that license. You could only make basically rule books for tabletop games. Now, I've recently heard that the 2024 update to the 5th edition rules, the 5.5 as it's now called, apparently they actually published that not under the OGL, but under the, internationally recognized Creative Commons license. And I'm wondering if that's why, now there's a game like this able to be made. These are CC BY licensed, so I think that's an even more open license than OGL was. And that's fantastic, because if you guys didn't know, a couple years ago, I think around 2024, maybe 23 or something like that, Wizards of the Coast really, lost a huge ton of goodwill by basically threatening to revoke the openness of that open gaming license that they used previously. Basically monetizing it. Someone some whistleblower leaked documents about plans for this, and that made people go, ugh, me among them. I don't like that at all. Now, that got a lot of hoopla, and I hadn't really paid attention much after that, because I just kind of we keep playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. I find the rule set itself is fine. The adventures are fine, but like I was like, I don't know if I can, that's really shitty unless they improve stuff. I don't know if I can keep supporting them all that much. And yeah, now I learned about this, that yes, indeed, the now the rule set is published under the much more open CC BY license. It's an internationally recognized one, so it can't be revoked the same way the OGL can, and that's an incredible fig leaf. That's a really great like gesture of like goodwill to make things like back. So I gotta say, I'm also like, I gotta give this one to like, yeah, Wizards. That's like an actual good guy move to like improve things. Like I'm still suspicious of them because you gotta be suspicious of all big companies. And there's nothing about the like quality of their work, obviously. Still, I've heard about the Adventures in Faerun book being a little subpar with its adventures. So, but like mega open rule sets like that is a good thing, and I'm really happy with that. And it definitely goes against what that like nasty monetization foofafra was of a few years back. So. Very happy, like happy to have heard about that. I might just go and get those core books now for 2024 version based on that. So let's keep looking at this rule. Let's get into the game now, as I said. I just wanted to like talk about that. What did it say? Sorry, I was yammering. A very important piece of paper. Well, I better trifle with that then. A voting card. So that's why it's important. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlin. It's from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. But if it's all 5 are checked off, then it gives -1 intelligence. Oh no. How? You pick up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top it says Roostkort in a big bold lettering. Roostkort means voting card in fancy Askani Dwarven. 5 days remaining.
Oh, right, there's an election.
Oh! It was nice to not think about it for once. These are really funny.
We've never had one of those before. Neat.
Very neat. Finally, your voice will be heard.
How does this thing work?
After you pick it up at a district office, you only need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on an election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you'd need to write the name of the party you want in the corner along with a signature. Since you filled out every box, like an idiot. This is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. Look at the list of parties. Oh, we're gonna get all of them, aren't we? So much exposition, I knew it. Oh, I dropped my phone. If you guys heard that crumble, whoopsie daisy.
Nationalist Party of Norvik. Party of Norvik, the inheritors of Earth's will. A theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways. Headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families.
Are they age 20-something, or are there like 20 of them?
Magistrate, the highest government position beyond the Lord Patriarch. Chosen to rule a district in Norvik for 10 to 12 years, depending on their bloodline.
And the Lord Patriarch? Lord Patriarch, the commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Arkesam holds the title, having led the city for the past 30 years. He is a withdrawn leader, over 80 years of age, and has put most power in the hands of the magistrates.
Arkesam, the Lord Patriarch of Norvik, the supposed face of the Nationalist Party, but due to his withdrawn behavior, most campaigning is done by the magistrates.
Free Strider, Revolutionary Party. Free Strider, the new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly crept into the city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich.
And what are the free cities?
Free cities, a collection of city-states in reeds, all united under the golden banner of Free Striderism. Norvik will join them, one way or another.
Asgalist, Workers' Party. Asgalist, the workers who built this city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society, where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share?
Agrarian, Rural Party. Agrarian, those who live off the earth, simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Askani fields. Their political movement has mostly been swallowed by the Asgalists.
Arcanist, Party of Magic. Arcanist, the Majorcrats who ruled pre-Coast War human civilizations in Old Dimenor. Also a very minor political party in Norvik.
And what is Old Dimenor? Old Dimenor, a term for Dimenor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reed during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreements. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. I thought I clicked on Coast War already. Do these repeat? Maybe they don't. I don't remember this one.
Coast War, a near-century spanning conflict between every great nation of the Arcane era. Scholars estimate it claimed more than half of the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 398 AE by the inciting spark of the assassination of Priestess Ilona, and it generally agreed to have concluded with the fall of Phazon in 481 AE, 57 years ago.
Arcane Era, the fourth out of 5 eras, when the Arcanists rose and dominated the entire coast, only to fall when the Coast War crumbled their empires to dust. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want, or just leave it empty for a null vote.
Hey, good experience.
The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged check mark, including the last empty one.
Are these all the parties?
No. There are about a dozen other large parties in Norvik. Most have been subsumed over the last few years, such as the Civic League of Progressives, the Torch Union, Order of the Scales, Hedonist Party, and the various guild parties.
Oops, sorry, hold on, I had to really quickly check something there. Okay, I had to check the settings, it's fine. Back to the game.
The Agrarians and Arcanists are the only ones who have not joined a larger party or fallen aside.
Good to know. Alright.
Now I feel equipped. A pile of apples. Ooh, what's that? Well, that's interesting. Let's check what that is. You stare at a pile of apples. Apples are good for you.
Whose apples are these? Not yours!
Maybe they're grown somewhere around here. Or below. From the ground. Or from trees.
Ooh dear, some failures on the int. Oh boy.
Should these be stored alongside corpses?
No, it's a health hazard.
Of course not. It's nasty.
Something tells you that no, they should not.
Could I eat my way through this pile of apples?
You can certainly try.
Oops, failure, that's not good.
You are not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden.
It would be greatly beneficial.
Ability checks, roll a d20 with your modifier to get a unique outcome. The DC, difficulty class, is often impacted by your choices, big or small. I am exhausted. I wonder how we get rid of exhaustion here. Ooh, should we do this before I start eating? That's a lot of apple.
Yes. I'm glad I succeeded on that one. Remove the bad apples first. Your hands... Oh, cool, I got an achievement for that one. Hell yeah! Your hands swipe over the surface of apples, carefully plucking away any with signs of spoilage. Let's start eating, guys. What could go wrong? With our big constitution, it's a bare success. Oh, that feels good. I actually like, oh shit, that 6 came up, because I didn't remember how big my bonus was. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. We didn't really need that though, that's too bad. Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Going smooth so far.
Another one!
Number 2 goes as well. You chew it in peace.
Now the third.
Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smooth so far.
Next one!
This one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. It is getting difficult.
One more should be fine.
This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache, your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing, come on. You feel refreshed. For a moment at least. The pile of apples towers over you still. You've barely made a dent. Yes! Eat the apple, apple boy! Ooh. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. A piece of paper? No. It is a spell scroll. Dancing light? Oh, that's fun. Ah, the scroll is just for a simple cantrip. Oh well. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche, as you always do. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogues. They do not consume any spell slots. I was about to say that, but thankfully, I guessed that the game would also tell that. You can access your cantrips in the bottom right.
Very cool!
Let's check out that cantrip. Dancing Light. You create a torch-side light within range, making it appear as a torch, lantern, or glowing orb that hovers in the air for the duration. Whichever form you choose, the light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. And also, we can spend 1 hour to recover, gain 1d8 HP, remove 1 level of exhaustion, and restore 1 spell slot. After resting, all dice checks are unlocked. Interesting. Spend an hour to get opportunities back. Very interesting. Can we eat more apples? Nope. Is that the spell scroll? I thought I got it already. What the? Don't mind me. Anyway, let's cast Dancing Light. Ba-doink! Oh, look at that light source. Well, that feels good. There you go. That's very funny. That's a really funny display of that spell. It just bloops into existence. There it is. Very cute. So what's this? Divine Scripture where it does not belong. Shield of Faith, another spell. Great. A shimmering field appears and surrounds you, protecting you from damage. For the duration, any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. Huzzah! Well, that one they've changed up for sure. That one is now they're freestyling here, because that works better for a video game like this than in the tabletop game. Let me really quickly, one more time, I will consult the player's manual and check this one. Shield of Faith. Yes, a shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range. So you can, first of all, you can use it on anybody, not just yourself. Granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. So this game, I guess, doesn't use armor class as a mechanic, so we can't get an armor boost. So instead, it's a hit point damage reduction. Very good. This one looks good. Nice. I'll keep that in the pocket in case we get beat up. Hello. A guy. He looks indecisive. What happens if I trifle with a guy? Let's engage instead. A zombie! You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. He is unaware of you. Let's be creepy and just stare at him.
Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. Let's poke him. The man does not appear to react in any way to being poked. His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. Wait, is this a zombie? Is that a reference to old-ass anime? Well, it's not that old, but like 10 years old at least. Kore wa zombie desu ka? Oh, that's weird. Wait, can I attack the zombie? That's crazy. What the hell?
Sir, are you a member of the undead?
He does not respond.
What's he doing?
The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. He's probably been at it for a long time.
I found this voting card over there. Is it yours?
The zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working, slowly.
You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe.
Ooh, interesting. Ooh, the 3 choices. Let's start with this first again. Let's not commit too hard yet.
You're very rude, did you know that?
The zombie appears to rattle a bit. Nope, it just found another out-of-place apple. Ooh, do we have to take a pick? Alright. Let's spread the jam here a little bit. Let's not go immediately just Asgalis. Let's go.
The Free Strider Revolution will be good for this city, I think. Don't you?
A revolution that has proven itself to leave those in need behind. The zombie just keeps moving apples. Uh-huh.
With permanent suffrage, the people will be able to steer us in a fortunate direction.
The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words.
Am I boring you?
The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind.
Should I defeat this zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not to be allowed in Norvik.
I don't have a weapon, though. I don't want to attack this guy. It's weird. Sorry. What if I trifle with him? What? Oh, we could try to pickpocket an item? Ooh, a DC 15. Let's not try that one. Interesting. That's fun. Wait, how do I move? A great mountain of apples. A basket of apples. Some look okayish.
I can't reach that from here.
Damn, there's a whole lot of stuff that we can't get to. Is this zombie blocking the way, or what's the problem here? An almost empty box, except for a stale treat and a pouch.
This guy, he just won't move.
I see, we gotta get rid of this zombie, huh? Do I really attack this zombie? I don't want to. I don't know what the rules are for zombies. I know zombies are usually bad signs, but it's just a guy working, so I'm gonna let that be. Let's get a move on. A spiral staircase. Ancient architecture. I want to at least meet that goblin guy who's going to be our Kim Kitsuragi for this game, so... Visken's Lair.
Good morning, cleric.
An empty pot. Looking inside, you find this pot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. The pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. There is fear. You must grow sturdier. Okay, that's a really high DC, whatever that was. Mushrooms, probably edible. Can I take a swamp extract? Okay. Got an apple. Ooh, 3 HP. A small fungal spore ball. These can be farmed along the undercoast. They do wonders for your gut. They are not mind-altering. Probably. A swamp is at least Swedish, probably other Nordic languages as well, for a mushroom. So, if you're wondering why that was there. What's this?
The red eye of Earth!
Jaw left his mark across the lands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. I like the coding of the 6 stats by colors, by the way. I can already remember who's who. That's kind of neat. I like that. And a kobold. Oh, that's fun. Let's talk to this guy, I guess. Visken, local mortician. What is with this text? I see. We gotta make an intelligence check to work out stuff on him. You can kind of make out the text anyway. That kind of says superior, but 7. He's a human, reads folk. The pale man handles corpses in a basement. A typical self-employed city contractor. Cool. Seems trustworthy. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. That symbol. It's on a lot of official documents of the city.
That is the Great Perch of Norvik. Great Perch, the drake-like sea creature found along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the Great Perch became the symbol of this great city.
Up and about, are we?
Wonderful. Death. This is death.
I'm Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. Yet his eyes say something else. He smiles at us. Look around the room. Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingering in the air. You see books and flasks, and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present.
Did you save my life?
Ooh, he puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric.
I died, didn't I?
Those fishermen who brought you here certainly thought so. Eyes of the working men do not deceive. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. You never are. River Takey added. Ooh. That must be a quest, right? Like a new quest. Figure out what would happen to us. They'd caught you in their net, believe it or not. Such a strange tale.
Keep asking questions. He loves the sound of your voice.
A failure. Alright, sure. Charisma, I'll do that.
How did I end up in a river? Not a river, the river.
I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Toolstad? There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Toolstad to the rest of the city.
I must have slipped. Happens all the time.
With our dexterity? Hell yeah. All the time. I can confirm. The pale man glances at the ledger next to him. 5 cases this year alone. What? Oh, oh, do you mean like more than just me? Or like our cleric has fallen 5 times?
Who were these fishermen?
River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Find them. They hold the truth.
Where can I find these fishermen?
He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. But perhaps Water Lane? That's just a guess.
Water Lane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Toolstad. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Toolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world.
Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them.
So I am in fact alive?
The pale man stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe you are.
I have some other questions, I think.
Do you now? Figure out what's weird about this guy.
That's a really, really high wisdom. Whoa. I don't know if this game has like a natural 20 automatic success, but we should like not do this because I can't do that. Wow, we can add up to a... Hold on, I'm dumb here. Is it DC 29, but we reduce the 2 and the 3, so it comes down to DC 24? Or, like, is that the altogether added? We'll see if we can get more modifiers, and we'll see if it changes, right? I require assistance with some things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. I don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively Let's try that again. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively fortvivelad. Fortvivelad, dwarvish word, meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria brought on from mental pain. Fortvivelad, complete and utter despair of flesh and bone. Both had things to say that time, interesting. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there is a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. What rumor? Just common murmuring. Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She's down in the Goblin Garden. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting at the southernmost tip of Toolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. The name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Dragon of Toolstad added. They call her the Dragon of Toolstad. She sounds scary. She is. Treat her with respect, cleric. His eyes say, for your own good. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. A sliver of genuine tone slips out. He has great respect for this dragon. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? Ooh, Dexterity's not a fan. You may find her at the southern tip of Toolstad, the pale man says, and keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. He seems wary on the subject. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election I could make time, if you're interested. Beware. His tutelage holds great evil. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And, of course... Yeah. We got another spell, Charm Person. Are these all cleric spells in regular D&D? I'm not sure, but sure. A copy of Charm Person. It will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, despite its first level. The Towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the OACN. OACN. Nobody calls it that. Lovely. Now you can make people like you. Alright, Charm Person has not... It has applications, but it can also backfire horribly, which is probably why that was a failure just telling us to use it. Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? Oh? I mean, of course. He wonders if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at the shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more shrines? There's the Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs, past the pillar. There's also one on Water Lane View, I believe, past the trade post.
You'll find more hidden around every corner. I can promise you that.
How do I get more spells?
2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives.
The Palace, an unofficial nickname for the current rulers of Norvik, named after the Palace District, in which most central authority resides.
Or the great library in the tower, since you obviously would have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options. So I would suggest the other route.
What's that?
Spell scrolls.
Right, scrolls with spells on them.
Indeed. Now, Toolstad is filled with all kinds of strange caches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot.
I am!
He nods to you and goes back to his writing, not impressed.
That's all I have to ask about spellcasting.
Very well. We got XP for that, yay. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Orst.
Wow, that's evil.
Treating a servant like that is despicable!
I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful.
Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly.
You called me cleric. I did.
I did, yes.
I am the cleric.
Good for you. Ooh, what the hell was that just now?
Your purpose is here. You serve the city as a cleric of the river.
Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you?
Type?
Yes. If you are a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity.
Holy man on a holy mission.
Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. You, however, must be an arcane cleric.
I'm a boring bureaucrat, yes.
Great. Then you're here to save the day, like any good bureaucrat would. I don't know if that was the right choice. Oh dear. There is no right choice. There's only interesting choices.
That's all the help I need. Thanks.
Great. Anything else you wanted to ask? Still haven't got any modifiers yet, so I don't know if this changes depending on the... I should have noticed when we did the apple clearing thing, but
There's a zombie in your basement.
Oh, quaint.
That's not an appropriate response.
Apologies, cleric. We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. The what now?
City below. Short for the city below the city. A phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there. Also riches if you're down deep enough.
Okay, so this guy's not a necromancer and created that zombie unless he's lying, obfuscating us, The city below the city. The vast ruins found underneath Norvik. Most define it as the parts of the city not yet civilized, although there is a legal definition set in place for each individual district.
However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection.
HWBT, the Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, and arguably the most influential, despite their small size.
That seems like goblin heightism, but whatever.
Led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Toolstad. Halfways, short for HWBT, the Halfway Bridge tribe.
Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. Ooh, what's with that line there?
You kept moving apples down there.
Oh, the apples. Fascinating behavior. He does not appear very fascinated.
You don't seem very alarmed about this.
A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Orst?
Yes, master.
Ooh, this guy's so cool. I love him.
Wait, no, I don't actually believe you.
What do you mean, cleric?
He must be punished.
That seems not good. Yeah, let's not attack.
The zombie is clearly working for you. That's illegal.
I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. I will make sure to tighten up security in the future.
This isn't...
Orst will do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready.
Yes, master.
I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia.
You're clearly doing something shady here, sir.
Of course, I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG.
PCG, Pest Control Guild.
Pest Control Guild, one of the oldest guilds in Norvik. They are supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters across the city. These days they are so bogged down in requests from citizens and the city that they usually have backlogs for months.
If there is anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled.
Holy shit, he just keeps going.
Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well. Especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop.
Make him quiet!
Resist his incredible oratory power. Ooh. These are both hard. I don't know if I can do these. Think better of it.
You know, maybe you're right. I'm probably just confused.
It's very understandable, cleric. No need to apologize. Well, for funsies, let's try this. Not with a 2. You glare at the pale man, who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually, you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earth God member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. He's correct. Maybe you can get back to this later. Some dice checks are locked on failure and can be attempted again later. These checks are unlocked on a long or short rest, or by spending shards of Jor. But a roll with a very high DC should probably be lowered before attempting again. No kidding. Oh, okay, look, the number has gone down to 28 when I got you failed at figuring him out. Okay, good. So that number is the final number with all the modifiers added, which means I never had any chance unless a natural 20 wins, which I don't know if that's the case. So, lessons learned, that's good to know.
I'm going to go now.
Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings.
He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eyes. Too quick. Like he's trying not to show his interest. Weird.
What belongings?
Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours.
I'm not sure if it's mine. Maybe. Possibly.
The pale man ignores your comment. I asked Orst to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says, points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. Ooh! That is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Now wait a second, we saw that in the intro. Isn't that one of my items? Esoteric pocket.
An area overtaken by esoteric magic, exceedingly rare along the coast. The further inland you get, the more common they are, with the infinite wastes being theorized to be filled with nothing but. Esoteric magic, term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm, sometimes called wild magic or Jor's discord.
Cool. Beyond that, it should be good.
Did I have any weapons on me?
None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of River Torna.
Damn! You'll have to pick up something new. Maybe a warhammer?
Good. You do not need arms in this city. You need heart.
Got it.
The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles.
Unnatural.
If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold Shift, the left trigger. Time to go. Well, dang. We're over 2 hours into the stream, and we haven't even met that goblin guy who's supposed to be your Kim. I knew this might go on a while, but I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Well, still, this kind of game. A pocket watch. Yours? +1 intelligence. Advantage in esoteric events. Groovy. Does this game have advantage as well as a mechanic? Oh, that's interesting. So, charm person. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. It's a bit of a risky spell to use, I feel like. The silver-lined timepiece never shows the correct time of day. It is always at least 10 hours out of alignment, no matter how anyone tries to correct it. At a touch, you can feel the faint magic pulsating within. The wielder gains a greater perception of esoteric happenings and occurrences within 200 feet. Can't equip it. If I took this here... Can I equip it?
I'd say that's an accessory.
Oh, it's an accessory. Interesting.
I can consume that, not wear it. Can't equip text there. That's got other uses.
I wish the color for this changed different to show that you can equip it, you know? But I wish there was something that like shows you, like some kind of indicator for what goes where, you know? It's a little weird. What's deep storage? That's whatever. The questing tree. There's a couple quests here. The Dragon of Toolstad. You're here on request of Lady Sageleaf, a goblin chieftain in Toolstad. Go see her right away. She's in the Goblin Garden at the southern tip of Toolstad. Alrighty. Alright, got a couple points there. What's this one? Class conflict. You've declared yourself the cleric of Nurvik one single time. You have made it clear one single time now you're a dick-ass rogue. Interesting. This is kind of like, you know, what kind of cop are you? In, once again, doing the whole... Oh, I see. But it's classes this time. Interesting. I'm feeling cleric still for myself. Because that's what we are. But you can always multi-class. Fascinating. Human no cost trouble. Let's look down here before I confront that kobold. Oh, hey, there's Jonathan, friend of the show, in the chat there. Oh, hey, I figured you might enjoy this one. Yes, I did. We're 2 hours in. I talked in length about, like, the interesting connections between this game and both Disco Elysium and actual Dungeons & Dragons. Like, I have been... hold on, I'll pull it back one more time and do some Foley work here. I have been consulting my player's handbook. There you go, some Foley work. Because, like, the spell texts are sometimes, like, one-to-one. Like, the Cure Wounds text here is, like, exactly what it says in the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons spellbook. So, like, it's interesting. I'm speculating it's because of the Creative Commons license that the 5.5 rules are published under, that they can basically, like, just now you can, like, make video games that just have D&D rules in them, and it's fantastic. Games seem great too, as well. Been enjoying it so far. Like, you know, the influences are worn rather brazenly, but I appreciate them. Now, where were we? Right, so yeah, exploring still this part. Jonathan mentions, yeah, I've been working on my review for a week or so, and it's insane how much D&D there is in this, and how much disco there is. Yeah, I mean, there's a kobold in this very room I'm in right now, and it's specifically the, like, little scaly dragon guy kobold, which is a Dungeons & Dragons trademark. So, I'm satisfied. Your fate one day. Another body. Can I... Wait a second, I got really... Oh dear. Now I'm pilfering from the dead. Let's pretend neither of those two guys up there saw me do that. Earth crowns, the official currency minted in Norvik's Riksbank. These silver coins are most valuable along River Torna, as the Norwegian river's reach offers its support in trade and general commerce. Alright, good, we got 2 coins to our name now. Oh god, is it like, do you think they were like coins on this guy's eyeballs? The whole, like, coins for passage to the dead thing? Ugh, now I feel extra bad about stealing from that body. It feels really bad when you're in a world where the afterlife seems to be a confirmed thing. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Oh, I see. This thing slides here. That's kind of neat. Is this my spell book? Wait. Is that... a ruined prayer book with... oh my god, -3 to intelligence. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy Brockenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing, of the most basic kind. Wait. Oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No. No! No!
By Earth!
This is your prayer book! So many hours wasted! You would have to rebind the whole thing! It is ruined! That'll cost a fortune!
A chant book is able to sustain humanity, not underwater excursions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace!
Well, that's all we got for now, so I guess we gotta take it. That unlocked a new quest. After your river adventure, your old spellbook is ruined. Find a service provider who can rebind it for you. Fix your ruined spellbook, damn it. Ooh, this is unfortunately, if I once again bring up my home book here. As I mentioned, this is the 5.0 rule book, so this is from 2017, 16, something like that. This poor book has seen a lot. It's got a lot of pages falling out of it, so I guess I got my own quest to fix a book with this poor thing, but it's still servicing fine. I haven't looked into how much different the updated 5.5 rules are, so I'm wondering, like, if I bought the new 2024 rules, will it be impossible to play with the old rules? I don't know. I'll probably figure it out someday. So let's see. The tool of an arcane cleric. An instrument of the state used to handle rogue spellcasters. The cover indicates it is a spellbook with hymns dedicated to the river, Torna, Earth's passing, and the Reconquest. This one is yours. You've spent years perfecting it. Most pages are smudged. It feels terrible to even think about the knowledge lost. You need to get it rebound. And it gives a massive intelligence drop, but is that when equipping it?
Can't equip text there.
Okay, I see.
That's probably... I was complaining about the UI, that, like, it's hard to tell what you can equip where. I'm assuming if there's anything that has an, like, stat change indicator on it, and can we put the voting card? We can put the voting card there if we want to. Or we could put this here, but I don't think that's a good idea while these only provide nothing but minuses. So let's let that be. I'm sure I'll find something more useful to put in my text spot. Although, does it, like, hold on. It doesn't appear on your person. That's unfortunate. Well, let's pop that out of there. Right, there's still a bunch of stuff here, including this thingy. A tray of old incense. Some is still usable. Oh, hey, incense was an actual consumer. Yep, there we go. Nice, 4 incense. That's... wow. This would be so game-breaking in the tabletop game. Like, you could just recover 4 spells just by spending items. Like, wow. But it's fine. We're in a Vigima game. A thick tome lies upon the iron slab. You flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the pages. While the symbols appear to be readable, you do not understand the language. De verbis draconum, ars occulta. Something occult dragons? Alright. The author's name appears to be Calum de Minori. Can I try to read it? No. You have no idea what this means. Right. I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. Nice of the game to give you like a hint how to solve that. I'm too lateral-minded to even think about spells, so I was like, huh, right, yeah, that is an actual spell, which I should remember, because the guys in my D&D group do use that quite often. An open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Well, we'll take a look at it anyway. What? There was some incense hidden between the leaves. I will take it. And finally, there's something here. And there's a big shelf of books. Nope. Too much reading. So many books. Basic manuals. Arcanist histories. Novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you bookishly. Well, if I wasn't streaming, I would go through these, but maybe we'll let that be for now, guys, because that might be maybe I'll come back to that in a future stream or something. I don't know. Do let me know if you'd like to see me stream more of this, as I often, as with all the looks at new games I do. Feel free to let me know if this would be good for a second stream. An unlocked chest full of what? Strange rocks. Ooh, a shard of Jor. We read about this. This, what did this do? This unlocks a dice check. A bright rock. It fits your hand nicely. These can be found all over Nordvik, and some speculate that they are all shards of Jor's pillar. To untrained hands, they have no inherent value. But you might use these to alter fate itself. Spend in dialogues to unlock dice checks. I won't do that right now. But yeah, let's talk to this fella. I gotta know what's up with this guy. Oost, the chief of security. Ooh, there's so many things here. Interesting, it's not wisdom this time. It's dexterity to figure this guy out. Huh. Alright. Ooh. I'm not even sure I know this is a kobold. What is this? What is this funny lizard man? What? That was a terrible roll. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes.
Even the small blade can fell a giant. Watch out for this one.
Master say you behave.
Oh, we gotta go with this one.
You're adorable!
The kobold glares at you. Complete and utter annihilation. The aura of a conqueror. A killer. Your soul shudders. Avert your pathetic human gaze. I guess I gotta. The kobold looks at you with a cold expression. Determined. Confident. For folks who aren't super familiar with D&D, kobolds are usually like low-rung, easy fodder enemies, so it's supposed to feel a little unusual for there to be like a really scary, intimidating one, which is why the little, juxtaposition here is amusing. He is not glaring at you. That is just his default expression. Oh, thank goodness, I thought I'd really upset him.
A default expression of death!
I don't want to intimidate this guy.
I have some questions for you.
Short question. Go.
Who are you?
I am Ost. I am security chief in Leech House.
The kobold appears proud. There is no humility in its voice. A strong little one. Nearly immovable.
You're a kobold.
Not question. Next.
Oh, fuck! Yeah, that's not a question. Quick, save it. This is such a bad idea. Watch me do this. Oh, no! The exhaustion... Oh, actually, never mind. I would have still screwed up. That took 3 damage. You bite your tongue. Okay. You bite your tongue. The taste of blood fills your mouth. The pain changes your brain chemistry for a moment, leaving your mind in shambles.
Oh no! Hurry, save the situation! Say something! Anything!
Oh god, it happened again!
The kobold stares at you. Oh, these ones are weird. Okay.
Use this to your advantage! Intimidate him with your life's liquid!
Blood starts to drip down your chin. Spit out blood through the gap in your helmet. This seems like a bad idea. Try to tell him that you've injured yourself. As you open your mouth, a stream of fresh blood comes pouring down the bottom of your helmet.
Clericus, what is?
He is baffled. Your actions have truly made a mark upon his dark soul. Smile. The kobold glares at you.
You wipe the remaining blood off.
There's a limited supply of that, just so you know. That went great. All right. How it usually goes when I try to talk to kobolds.
How'd you get this gig?
Not gig.
It's not a gig?
I am devoted servant for master.
You're angering the kobold.
Keep going! So you're a slave?
Not slave!
And your master is...
Master Viskin.
And he owns you?
Not own, serve.
Okay, not a slave, just servant. Being paid. Sounds legal.
Legal. Super legal.
I'm convinced.
You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you?
No promise.
Shit. Oh, this is so good.
Do you have a license for that crossbow?
My crossbow, not yours.
It's not legal for you to steal a crossbow. For some reason, I think.
I can't legally take your crossbow.
Legally. Also logically.
I guess not, yeah.
Can I borrow your crossbow?
Human is kidding? Not funny. You would make greater use of it than this puny creature. Just take it.
For whatever reason, he must have been ordered not to hurt you. Don't push it. The kobold snorts.
Go away!
Don't let this slide! Just take the crossbow!
That wasn't a question. It was a demand. Just take the crossbow. What does it mean when there's this line? Is that when things get really, really, really hairy? Please?
No.
I'm not pushing my luck. We're still in the first room, or the second room of the game.
Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred?
Incident? Tea shop blow up. Boom.
Did you boom it?
The kobold makes a cackling noise.
I wish. The shop explosion would be fun to set up. When it happened, I was on water lane, on mission.
Here's a comment from Jonathan in the chat. I'm sure clicking the line won't result in anything dramatic. Yeah, I agree. It's not like it was anything, particularly drastic, like me trying to just forcefully take an item from this guy. So, yeah, I'll save that shenanigans for some point, but maybe not just yet. Especially when I'm really not sure with either of these two guys if I can, stand up to them. So, yeah.
Man's gotta know his limits.
Perfectly innocent. Absolutely. Everyone here is so above the board.
What were you doing on water lane?
Milk?
Doing milk?
Deliver.
I guess I gotta know.
You deliver milk?
Yes, side hustle.
Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. Oh, well, now I do want to indulge this one. The kobold stares at you. This milk situation is intense. There's a lot of questions about milk. Okay.
Where does the milk come from?
Cows.
Just cows?
Just.
Who buys the milk?
Humans. Water lane humans. They pay money for fresh milk before dawn. Side hustles are always smart. You should do a milk run later. It pays.
I'll file that under. I'm sure that's an actual quest in this game.
Do kobolds produce milk?
No.
Thank God for that one. I'm gonna take a drink. Oof.
Do you like milk?
No.
Milk is a form of pure vitality, nature's most precious liquid.
Oh, this is so fun. We can try to schmoove with our charisma. That's really funny. Oh, let's try that.
I also don't like milk.
Oh, my frickin'. You start stuttering, sweating. A piece of your soul leaves your body as the words escape your lips. Because we're lying.
I also don't like milk. No one in the universe believes you.
The kobold stares at you with disbelief in his yellow eyes. At least I didn't take damage for that one. It's just damage to my reputation.
Can I have some milk?
No.
Valiant effort! I don't have anything else to ask about milk.
Okay.
Milk curious! And had a little running milk bottle symbol. Incredible. And we got experience for this milk discussion. Thank you.
Yes, thank you! This knowledge will be very useful.
You probably shouldn't look too deeply into this. There's probably no money to be made in milk. Right?
Thank you for your time, kobold.
Delightful discussion. Very good. So, So there's a river takey. We got that. That was to figure out your how you got plunged and how you survived. There's the milk one. Look at this filly running. That's a milk run. crown collection, coin capture, cash kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. The only way to do it is obviously to get this milk delivery gig. Try checking around Water Lane in the morning. Oh my god, it's still technically morning. It's 10 o'clock. Unless it's 10 in the evening. That could have assumed. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Let's head upstairs, see what the actual city is like. But we might actually be able to go on a milk run. Let's go. Now, Jonathan, if you are still watching there, I'm curious to know, how close am I to meeting the goblin guy who is supposed to be your Kim Kitsuragi equivalent in this game? I ask that because I did say that I would maybe do 2 or 3 hours, and I've already done 2.5 hours streaming today. So I'm wondering if at the pace I'm going, if he's just around the corner, and I could get an encounter with him, or if that is better saved for a future stream. Because I did want to meet our Kim Kitsuragi of the day. See how delightful this gobbo is. But for folks who don't know, like, yeah, there's like a little goblin who walks around you, helping you out. That's the impression I got from the previews and trailers and discussion. It says Visken's Lich House, but then the dentistry is scratched out. Ooh. Jonathan says he's still a bit ways off with this play style. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I can't help myself now, can I? Gotta explore all the world. It took me like 3 hours to meet him because I spent so much time just talking to everyone. Wow, looks like I'm in that same boat then, so I think I'm gonna have to save that for a future stream then, meeting with this dude. Unfortunately. There is an esoteric effect in place here, stopping rainwater. But tell you what, folks watching, I'm up for doing like a half hour more or so. Let's say 20 minutes at least. So let's at least explore and talk to these dwarves, because you know what I also love in fantasy stories is a couple dwarves. So let's have a chat with them. Men at work beneath Asgal's green banner. Let's at least talk to these guys, have a look-see around here, and then we'll call it for the day. Let's have a look at these pots first. Something's inside this old vase. More incense! Wow, they are actually encouraging you to use a lot of spells. There's so many of these incenses you can use to return spell slots. That's fascinating. Okay, Jonathan is taking off. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you enjoyed this little look together at the game. Have a good time at the movies, and please come back again later. Bye-bye! Now, the rest of you folks, let us carry on and talk to these delightful dwarves here. Alphas BE. Constitution. I'm good at Constitution. Let's do this one. There we go. Those are good results. Oh, look at all this stuff we got. Except... Now, hang on. I rolled DC 15. Why didn't I... I rolled like 17. Why didn't I get that? Oh, cool. You can see their level. So you can actually know how powerful they are. So probably should have checked... You know, probably it's a good idea to, like, check that, you know. Those guys in the shop probably had way bigger levels, right? So this is good that this happened. He stands by his ideals with gut and little else. A push will earn his respect. That is his way. This is a cool mechanic. I really love this, like, character sheet thing. And, like, actually getting tips here on how to interact with them. That's a nice little innovation for this genre of games. I really love this idea here. So, of the innovations I've seen so far that this game has done, this one might be up there as favorites of mine. I don't know. Let's pickpocket. It's PPG documents. Let's not pickpocket. That's my dexterity is not good. Let's instead have a nice chat. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal. The fool. That was a funny little giggle. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oh, there's a podium with orcs as well? Oh, that's fun. Ooh, I wonder if I'll have time to talk to them as well. That'd be really fun. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already. We're not moving. Not one bit. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. By the way, there's been big strides in depiction of dwarves in various fantasy works all the way back 15 years ago, or even more, back in the first Dragon Age. They decided to innovate with, American accented dwarves, which was interesting. But I can't help myself. I love me a good Scottish dwarf, so I'm going to do my terrible Scottish accent here. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Except maybe stop watching, which is understandable with a terrible accent like this. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. Dwarf. Stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. They built most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earth folk.
Earth folk, the people of Earth. The ancestors of those who reconquered the Ascani coast. True mythological heroes.
Oh, we could be the cleric of Norvik. I can't help myself.
That's no way to greet the cleric of Norvik.
Oh, is that so? Guessing I'm supposed to grovel?
I feel like you're not going to.
You lean a little further into being a cleric. Gain 10 XP for choosing this class 2 times. Booyah! I love it. No need to! You see! You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here! Nothing at all! He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately.
Wait! That must mean he's doing something highly illegal! Stop him!
Let's see where that avenue goes.
Nothing illegal, eh?
We have the papers. Nothing illegal. At all. A half-truth. They are both guilty and innocent. Just like you. One of the older dwarves spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you are talking to, child? This here be Alphonse of the Ban Envers, a foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. Foreman, one of the leading members of the Norvik Asgal Council. Norvik Asgal Council, sometimes called the NAC. This is the group of foremen, or four folk, guiding the Asgal movement in Norvik. They lead workers' union movements, Asgal rallies, and the entire Asgalist Workers' Party. Quick aside, did you guys see a gigantic bird shadow just fly across there? It is a fantasy world, so I guess we can expect a bit of a rock flying around. See me and the boys.
He's done more good than all of you Earthguard combined. A true speaker for Asgal.
Damn. That's a lot of good. Sibby exaggerates, he gives the old dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. He grins. Just wanted to make that clear.
Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off. Unless you want that?
Maybe we'll avoid that line of dialogue then.
You boys setting up a play or something?
A play? He spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. It's evening. Workers across Toolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgal. He turns toward the orc. And no one's going to stop it! Oh, that's the orc? That's so cool, that design. Oh. You hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers now, Foz. He grumbles and turns back to you. So? What you want?
You seem a bit stressed.
No, you didn't say. So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing there. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers.
And the papers are no good, she says.
Eh. Circle square conflict added. Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers.
They are.
Bureaucracy.
How dreadful.
Sure is.
Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue?
Morgue? The dwarf grumbles to himself and glances over to the Lich House stairs. I thought it was a dentist.
Fair assessment.
No matter. The Askell movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, alphas. The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc.
So what's this rally about exactly?
He grunts. Guilds. For decades there have been collective bargaining between Norwegian warriors and a set of guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of this city.
Blessed be his name.
Yeah. But look, it ain't the same since his death. The Freestriders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. I say Freestriderism would make the city rich. I say it makes its people poor. We need change.
So you're here to convince a bunch of Toolstad workers to vote for the Asgarlist party?
More or less, yeah. But it's also about a spirit of community. Together, we can fight against the purchasers of our labour. Alone, we are as brittle as a twig in the...
The older dwarf pipes up.
A twig in the wind?
No, that's not good enough.
How about as brittle as a boar with rabies? That's good, right?
He shakes his head. No, that's nonsensical. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city, he exclaims, as if there was a crowd around him. Vote! Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake! You too, Mr. Cityman.
Can I see the papers?
He gives his companions a glance. Why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. It's a coin toss. It's DC 9. So, okay, it's not quite a coin toss. It's like a little bit in our favor. So let's go. Oh, hey! We constructed a reason. Just tell him you're an expert and that you're on their side.
I'm an expert?
Are you now?
Yes, I'm also on your side.
He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with...
I'm your best shot at getting out of this.
The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. He hands over the scroll. I trust you with these documents, Citymen. Interesting, we actually got the documents. That was easy. Tell us we're in the wrong. I dare you.
Because we're not.
The older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what is actually going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogues.
Okay, I'll take a look.
First, we'll check the questing tree, where we got unlocked... Ooh... Circle-square conflict. An orc and a bunch of dwarves are in a deadlock. The dwarves want to hold a rally, and the orc is sent to stop them. Man, I wish like a little indicator showed up for like, hey, look, new thingy on here. It's kind of some weird oversight that there's no like indicators here. Oh well. Right, inventory. Let's examine this document. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. And it causes a lot of minuses as well. Let's not. It's quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature. Toolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow.
Darrow, one of the original Earthfolk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city.
The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic style. Ooh, this is not a hard check. Interesting.
Have I seen this kind of document before?
Never. They must be rare. Okay. Well, let's give it a roll. I'm still exhausted. I can't help that. I need to take a short rest, and I really don't want to do that. Waste an hour. Shit! You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It's perfect. Not a single error. Aww.
Something's missing here. Something's missing here!
Yes, you are correct. You should check it out again later. Or ask someone who knows about this kind of stuff. We do have those Arco thingos. I guess I'll let it be. Mr. Sitterman! What do you want this time? At the rally? Oh,
I checked out the papers,
returned the PPG. I guess I'll let this go. Whatever. He takes a deep breath. Okay, what do you find, Cityman?
The papers are fine. You guys are in the right.
Right? Now go tell that to the York! No, it's about Asgal. Let's talk about that. Actually, I wanted to check if, like, when I misclicked, I wanted to check if we could take the papers again in case we want to do another check on those, but, yeah.
About this Asgal.
What about him?
Asgal. Ashmask is a very controversial figure in Dwarven myth.
As well as history.
I like him. He seems cool.
Like? He's Asgal! The great! The kind! Our liberator!
You like him too, then?
Yeah, a fair bit.
I've got to ask, though, is this a religion?
Most certainly not! He scoffs in your general direction.
Is it a cult?
I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Sitterman, but let me assure you, Asgal was no god, or demigod, or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more.
Ouch. Sore spot. He is infuriated, but not because of you, but because he has defended this position many times.
Oh, we can't get the papers back, apparently. Okay, that's committed. We're committed now. So it goes. You gotta commit to stuff in these games.
Alright, have fun.
Man. I kind of wanted to go talk to this orc as well, but, like, I don't even know where this orc is. I can't see it anywhere here in the field. Oh, there's the orc. The orc observes you with great interest. Oh, dude. There's only, like... I do want to start wrapping up this stream, though, in a bit. But I want to talk to this other dwarf. See me and the boys. We gotta do charisma for these lads, alright? Shit. Groovy. Oh no, I did behold that.
Oh.
The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach.
Fancy helmet, Cinnamon.
He speaks in a short and quiet manner, as if he's scared of his words actually being heard. The dwarf behind him laughs.
Stand up for yourself!
Ooh boy, should we do it?
You're making fun of me, dwarf? Maybe I am. What are you doing about it, eh?
He's acting tough. Be easy on him. I'll stare at him, that's kinda easy. He looks around.
Uh...
Stare at the dwarf harder. The dwarf glances at his boss.
You here for talking then?
Stare at him while slowly leaning your head to the side. If someone did that in real life, like, that'd be so creepy.
You should...
He stutters and points towards the stout dwarf on the stage.
Talk to him.
Alright, well that discussion went quickly. So let's actually go talk to this orc. Oh, let's check this barrel first.
Barrel.
Up here. Former ale barrel. Let's have a look-see. There's just money in there. Aye. There's a lot to explore around here, isn't there? There's an apple in a tree. Sneaky apple. You can only find that if you hit the... That's really funny. You can only find that if you hit the... Oh, also you can kind of see if you wander around. Okay. Hey, I thought... Okay. Okay. Never mind. I thought shift was what made you run. All right. Let's talk to this orc before we continue any further. Or actually, probably I'll be ending the stream at that point. But oh, well, shit. There's also a little random stuff over here. What the heck is that? What the hell is this? Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is this route I'm taking right now? This is money in this crack. Oh, now. Don't slip! This walkway does not follow the Safety Council standards of 22.
This takes gut.
Alright, well, that was a delightful jaunt. That was, alright. Really gotta use this freaking button to, like, get these hotspots, huh? Like, so many good stuff to find. A tucked away bird's nest. Askani gulls, perhaps? You see a bird's nest nestled on the edge of a protruding stone tile. Got some eggs in it, and you spot something shiny below as well. It appears unguarded. Just don't climb out there, man. You'll die. Like, for sure. Let's back off, because I do want to go talk to this orc at last. Agent Vera. Strength! Oh, that's not terrible. Got some stuff. She's a level 4 fighter. She's a fell folk. Interesting.
A traveler. She is not settled here. Her belief is weak. She does not use it. Her religion is power.
Let's talk to her.
On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something. Or someone.
Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Such a cool orc design. I love this.
Not just physically imposing. This orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well.
You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve. A heart with the initials of the Norwegian Freestrider Regiment. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command, guild agent of Toolstad. Nice to meet you.
Yes, the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I'm the cleric, actually.
Apologies. Not Earthgod. Cleric. I assumed the term was interchangeable. The path of being a cleric is becoming even more familiar. Hell yeah, that's already 3 in just the first stream, huh? But I suppose you're not all...
she says, waving her towards your outfit, esoterically attuned. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything.
I'm here on important business.
Business, you say? She leans in and squints at you. Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric. For your business.
Where's the goblin chieftain?
Lady Sageleaf. Just head down these stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts.
Is she busy?
I sure hope so. Took us months to get in a room with her, discuss some renovations in the halls.
The halls, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Toolstad. The lower ones are less fancy.
If she's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Toolstad, my ass. She catches herself from releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? She looks annoyed now.
Tell me what you know about the tea shop.
The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap, I believe was the official quote. Although from what people tell me, it was quite the explosion.
Quite. So you weren't in the area?
No, I was on the North Wall, company business.
North Wall, one of the 5 districts in Norvik, known as the Industrial District for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. Anyone who calls it the North Wall is probably not a local. Everyone who is cool calls it North Wall. Just North Wall.
Ooh, she screwed up, revealing she's not from here.
The sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall, instead of just North Wall.
Yeah, I knew. See, I said, yeah. She looks inland. Inland, a term for travel towards the endless waste, away from the coast. I did see the smoke. It was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, cleric?
If the city says it was an incident, then it is.
Oh boy, are we going to be bootlickers? Okay.
If the magistrate says it was an accident, I believe it was an accident.
Good soldier, she says and gives you a fist salute. Hold on, are you here to investigate the tea shop? She's a free strider, so why run?
Stand against her! She has no right! Yes?
Really now?
No! Say no! No, say no!
Alright, I guess I'll try.
No.
But actually, she says, holding out her hands.
Nice weather we're having?
Mm-hmm. Are you here for the tea shop?
You look lovely today.
Thanks. But are you here to investigate the tea shop? I'm just gonna give up.
Yes.
Interesting. I'll be honest, I assumed the city would just ignore it. But they sent you.
Perhaps it was a secret. Should we have stoically avoided the question better?
It's sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks this is an esoteric mess if they sent a cleric to look into it.
Why would the city avoid sending a representative?
Duh, because of the election, of course. Look, Toolstad is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe this tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So, when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it?
Might even seem like a blessing to some, to cleanse the city of its filthy holes.
Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. A sound reasoning. While some might see it as corruption, I'd classify it more as simple, boring, but ultimately harmless bureaucracy.
What exactly have you heard?
It blew up. Fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Most likely a rogue spellcaster.
Esoteric. I keep hearing that word. What does it mean exactly?
It means... Her eyes wander for a while. Her brow furrows. And she's an orc, so she's got plenty of brow to furrow. It's a term to describe whenever anything queer happens. Whether the cause would be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. I'm sure you've noticed something you couldn't explain rationally. Then that would be esoteric. I assume you of all people would know what it is, considering she mimics casting a spell with her hands, then points to you. She's got us there.
Well, I'm here now.
You sure are. And good luck, cleric. If there's anything the Ascani Reeds Trading Company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down in our HQ on Water Lane. She smiles in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
A kind gesture with ill intent.
Ooh, that's dark.
I'm done discussing business.
You want to move on to more casual topics then? Politics, perhaps? Oh, let's get into that then, I guess.
What's the deal with the dwarves?
Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says and winks at you. Okay.
So, should I just hand her the PPG thing I got?
With the documents in hand, she could simply hand it over to the magistrate's office and then let them deal with it.
The dwarves would be furious.
Oh, but I gave it back to Alphonse. I was like, hold on, is this going to sequence break? But, yeah.
No, wait, I already gave it back to Alphonse. Whoops.
True.
Good! It would have been dishonourable to have handed it off in that way. Explain it to me in detail, from the top.
The words leave your lips as if you've spoken them 100,000 times. It's all just an inconvenience.
Her eyes say, a pain in the ass.
Circle square? Oh yeah, okay then. These lovely Asgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering, or a PPG. They do not have a proper PPG. You pick up on our use of the word proper. What does that entail?
Proper?
Ooh, she scoffs. It's marked for last week. It's expired.
She's not lying. But there's something else. And you're just sitting here because...
Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and or arrested.
Why don't you just come back by sundown?
I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely.
Arrested by whom?
She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Toolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins. The city of Nurvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for ab extra legal enforcement. But the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. As we learned in Disco Elysium. It feels like a little bit of a reference. This woman loves to talk.
There is something shady about this. I don't want anything to do with this mess.
Yeah, I'm going with wisdom here. Yeah, I don't want to enforce this justice. Fine. As I said, violence is a commodity here. Someone will do it.
Sounds like trouble.
Trouble would at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early. Or rather head back to the office and complete the orc size. The draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. You're being manipulated. Be careful. Oh boy, let's make a decision. Let's be dramatic, guys. This is a great capper for the stream today.
I spoke with Alphonse.
Oh, did you now?
Alphonse is a strong dwarf. He will not budge easily.
Choose not to get involved after all. Well, we were convinced it was fine, or I don't know.
This situation's a bit complicated.
I agree, but that does not change the outcome. We have to draw the line somewhere, don't we? Well, I thought the document looked fine, so, we didn't get to see this whole bit about the date missing. If we talked to her first and then checked the document, maybe we could have, gotten a bonus to that intelligence check, but,
Alphonse is entirely in his right to hold this rally.
Such a powerful declaration. Yet I don't see any proof whatsoever, or any real argument either.
There's nothing wrong with his documents.
Factually wrong. Go check them again. Or don't.
She's definitely hiding something. But dare you risk to pry?
Now, I would love to hear what you actually think. Figure out why she won't let this go and make her leave. Ooh, should we try that? Oh boy. It's DC 16. What? Oh my god! You get a feeling of unease as you imagine this from her perspective. A formidable woman with lots of pride. Her accomplishments are glorious. She's achieved so much, yet she's sitting here, performing this meaningless task? Man, this is a great capper for today's stream to pull off this crazy role here. That's great. I really love that. It is not meaningless. It is terribly important. Stopping this rally will show the ineffectiveness of the Asgulls once more. It will make them restless and annoyed, perhaps making them lash out in the tunnels. This would be even more bad press for their cause. All of this right before the election. And worst of all, she enjoys this.
It's smart, stopping them in their tracks like this.
She smirks. It is simply about doing what is right, cleric.
No. It is about money and power. Nothing else.
I like that choice was there to butter her up a little bit, it was a bit of a leading compliment. For a second I thought I screwed this up. I thought that sounded good, let's say that.
Agent Vera, you're going about this the wrong way.
Oh?
You know her nature now. To de-escalate is simple. The dwarves are stubborn, you know this.
Agreed. But you must see how...
Leave this place. The dwarves will not hold their rally. They're proud, but they're not stupid.
She stares at you, waiting for you to continue.
Were you to go away, admit soft defeat, they will not hold their rally. They will leave as well.
She hums to herself. You speak this with such confidence.
You know it as well as I do.
She leans on her hand, glancing over to the working dwarves. I never liked diplomats. She stands up, her figure towering over you. Oh dear. Little Earth Guard, or cleric, or whatever you are. Tell your friends they win. I'm done playing. She grabs you by the cuffs, pulling you closer. Oh my god. Being dragged around by this creature makes your innards churn. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna cure myself!
Ah, that's better.
That got really scary there for a bit. She stares into the slits of your helmet. Don't expect any assistance. She releases you from her grip with a foul expression on her face. Then she walks away down the stairs. Dang it! She seemed really cool. I broke my chances of hanging out with her.
That woman is magnificent! You may have made a glorious opponent on this day.
Well, at least strength sees the bright side in things. I can appreciate that. She listened to reason, but she did not like it. Interesting. Let's go inform the dwarves about that. Let's end today's stream with that then. We got one little quest done here. Very fascinating. Oh, let's also check around here. Money. Apples. Yeah, like no indicators here is a weird UI oversight. I really wish that there was like a symbol for when something popped here. This is so weird. She just up and left? The dwarves look at you in stunned silence. Alpha smirks and bellows out, "The beast is felled, boys!" They all cheer. I'm going to stay silent. I'm going to try to play, detached. Amazing work! To just all have her walk off like that. I've never seen an Earthguard dispense justice in such a guided manner. Truly a wonder to behold. The dwarves quiet down after a series of hugs and roars. They look at one another and then their leader. So, the older one speaks up. What now? Well, wait and see what he says. Shit! I can't stay. The dwarves grumble. We can't stay. Pack it up, boys. We're heading off. Wise move, Alphors. Sure. Not much choice when we're getting screwed from every side. I'm not a type of fool to fight battles I cannot win. The dwarf turns to you and sticks a finger in your face. Oh dear, did I just, upset both sides here? You're a strange lad. But I see some good in you. If you want to make some real change on Toolstad and join us, find us down on the crossing. Alphaz and his band of dwarves pack up their stuff and head off.
This dwarf is an extraordinary man, albeit prideful in his ways.
We completed a quest. Wow. You've made friends with the Asgarlists on Toolstad.
Great, I've solved the conflict. Yay.
Hey, there's a hammer here. Nails beware. They left a simple hammer. Advantage in situations where you might need a hammer. Can we just equip that? We super can. Oh, that's a really proper cleric weapon too. Like, you can have a lot of weapons for a cleric, but a nice little hammer, that's beautiful. Increases our constitution too. You'll love it. Golden light there. Take root. Oh, right, you get some kind of feats for this, right? What happens when we do this? A dozen dwarves and an orc walk into a tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keep and says, "Hey, give me a large one." The tavern keep says, "Please don't turn this into a joke. These are real people you're talking about."
What's going on here?
Let me continue. So, the dwarves go, "The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve a respect, nothing less."
The political struggle is never a joke.
A true statement. To lighten the mood is to ignore the very real pain in our realm. Whatever. Look, the gist of the story is, the orc is hard at work improving his shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Got it? You believe for a second the orc wants this city to improve? No. You've seen too much to ever believe such a lie.
This is some kind of debate, eh?
Kind of way to put it. The revolutionary free strider will bring freedom, democracy, and riches to Norvik. Last part being the most poignant. Let us focus on each of these points, one at a time. Oh, come on! Freedom. Free strider rule would entail joining the Free City Alliance. Local politics will be focused entirely upon serving the core cities in Reeds and the interests of the trade company. Democracy. While it is true that they initiated the move towards universal suffrage, The Free Striders are known for both ruthlessly pushing propaganda to vulnerable folk, as well as just simply buying votes. This is fact.
Ridiculous!
Riches.
Ooh, we got a failure on that one. We were slightly off.
They might bring a lot of money into the city, but it's always going to the factory owners and already rich folks.
Yeah, because they actually work. This is silly. Without Free Striders, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer?
Farming is good, healthy work.
Don't change the subject.
Do you two never shut up?
Not really.
I feel like I should make a decision here.
Yes, you must retain the spirit of the Asgardian Revolution.
After completing a quest branch, you can allow it to take root in your mind. When doing this, you must make a choice between available feats.
Take a deep breath and stand up against the ever-growing wave of capitalism. You should choose Asgardian spirit and speech.
With this feat, you restore 1 hit point for every hour that passes. Oh, that's nice. Greed ain't so bad. To be able to unlock a better life for yourself? Who wouldn't want that? You should choose Money Talks. With this feat, you gain 50% more crowns on pickup. Ooh. Well, I guess I'm kind of, wisdom's also my strongest stat. I guess we're kind of going with Asgardian. I guess HP is more important than money.
You've chosen well. True harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk. The Dwarven way is the good way, the egalitarian way.
Feel like you've resolved some conflict in the world. We did it. We went green. Forgo feat. Oh, that's interesting. Let's not do that. We got Asgardian spirit there. Very good, very good, very good. By the way, something I gotta say. Dwarves are often shown as, staunch traditionalist types. So it's kind of interesting to lean on their other famous traits, their industriousness, and basically have them be like stand-ins for the workers' revolutionary spirit. That's really fun. That's like a fun way to recontextualize dwarves in a fantasy setting. I love it. But everybody, we went really long today because it was compelling, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks everybody who dropped in to watch today. It was very much of a delight to get into this game. I am enamored. I'm definitely enjoying this. The Disco Elysium is fun, and just the kind of Monty Python-y wackiness of Dungeons and Dragons is also fun. A lot of D&D games that I know have this kind of tone, so I think it's really lovely to see it come through in a video game and have this goofy little bit postmodern goofiness in a D&D setting. I'm loving it a lot, and yeah, if you guys want to see me play more of this, I would really appreciate if you guys let me know in the comments. Stream this more. This has been another one of these lovely first couple hours look-intos, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, whether you popped in to watch live or you watched this on the VOD. But yeah, this is another great candidate for something I could play again later. So do let me know if you'd like to see this appear again in the streams. Because I got a couple other games to play. Got Mio and Styx still on the sticks, if you will. So, still got other stuff to play. This was going to be on my back burner for a little bit. But yeah, in any case, this was delightful, and I hope I will catch you guys again in the future. Next week, Monday, I might be coming. Yeah, I'm probably going to be late coming in, but hopefully I will be able to stream on that day. We'll be going back to Super Robot Warsiness. Continue where we left off there. It's going to be great. Getter Robo's going to be on the dock at that time, so very nice. But now, this has been Esoteric Ebb with your pal Minsk, and it's been great, and have a nice evening, everybody. I'll catch you all in the future. Bye!